This is my Chunkman account. With a mere chunk in his possession and a dream in his heart, he began his quest to conquer the vast expanse of old-school RuneScape's landmass. He started his journey from humble beginnings in Lumbridge, but with an arsenal of custom tasks, he has faced and overcome countless challenges. His journey has taken him through the trials of total level grinding, epic quests, mysterious clues, and perilous encounters with fearsome bosses, all in order to unlock new chunks of land. Now halfway through the journey, the road ahead may be paved with even greater challenges, but with each obstacle overcome, he moves closer to his goal. So welcome to the second half of Chunkman TDK. Last episode we completed the My Arm's Big Adventure quest and opened a massive amount of eclectic implinks to open 150 medium caskets, which brought us up to 400 opened in total, which was the last task of the medium clues as we received the milestone reward with the Clueless Scroll. Because of all of that, we unlocked 7 new chunks, being the top right chunk of Privdinis, 3 chunks in the top right of the Isle of Souls, half of an island to the east of Fossil Island, a part of the Icy Troll Mountains, and the chunk west of the Eagle's Peak. For our next chunk, I'd like to get some more levels, and we are currently 1889 total level, and we need 11 to get to the next chunk. Because of all the implings we have caught and opened last time, we should have enough to get a couple of construction levels, because we have like 5000 oak planks. And one of the biggest reasons that I actually want to do this is because I want to be able to make a stash unit elite. It's 77 and we won't get there because I think these planks should only get us to like 75. But the crystal saw that we have is a +3 boost. So with that we would be able to make these, so that would actually save us some bank space as well. So let's try to get some construction levels, and then you can see we have a couple that are quite close to the level, so we'll see where we are going to start for the next couple of levels. But let's start with construction. 73, 74 and 75 construction. Not enough planks left to get another level, so that's already 3 down, and we could upgrade our revitalization pool here. If we boost it a little bit together with the saw, we would only like need 2 levels, but I might just do that later on if we actually need it or not. But for now, that's the construction done. And I was thinking it's probably best to just do some of our lowest skills like fire making and some rune crafting at Guardians of the Rift, as it's probably faster to do that than to finish off these kinds of levels that are almost to the next one. So let's start with some fire making levels and see where we get. 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72 and 73 fire making. This was actually quite enjoyable as I pretty much had all of the logs banked, and doing some line fire making here at the Grand Exchange really brought back some memories. But yeah, 73 fire making done. That's also 1900 total level. Didn't even need to go to Guardians of the Rift, so maybe we'll do that the next time. But for now, let's go back to the dashboard and let's complete the task over there. Before we complete the task, the Royal Titans have been released into the game, so we added 4 tasks in the usual fashion. So a task for 1 KC, then up to 50, 100 and finishing with 250. Okay, then let's complete the 1900 total task. It has been a while since we've been able to complete another total level 1, but there aren't that many left either. Let's complete it over here for our 76th total level task for our 350th landmass chunk. And then back to the map. last chunk was on the Isle of Souls. Not the greatest, as we can now unlock more of it, but with the Titans update, I'm 100% going to do the KC tasks there, so I wouldn't mind rolling a bad chunk right about now. But let's see. Oh, that looked like it was something good, but it's only the Castle Wars playing area, which is kind of useless as we don't really need anything from Castle Wars, so yeah, let's go to the Titans instead. This is going to be the setup for the new bosses. Just an easy 4-way switch for each tile, together with some potions and some food. I might adapt if necessary, but I think this is a good start as the boss is intended to learn gear changing. Another very good thing from this boss is what we are going to hunt, and that's the upgraded prayers for ranged and magic to be in line with chivalry, which we still do not have as we haven't completed the quest yet. It's going to make us a lot stronger in content like Tombs of a Mascot if we want to go back there and such. So I'm really excited about this update. And I'm also just going to go for the 250 KC task in a single go, as I don't want to stop midway through some kills to roll a chunk. So we'll be rolling 4 chunks at once after this. Also, in a couple of days, the combat achievement should be released, so not only will we get 4 chunks from the KC tasks, we'll hopefully get 1 or maybe 2 more chunks that way, depending on how many and how difficult the combat achievements will be. But anyways, let's get to killing the boss. I'm going in reasonably blind, but I'll be coached by my duo partner, so I imagine it won't take that long to learn it. The fight itself was fairly smooth. We first of all just targeted a single giant while dodging the rows of ice and fire and killing the 3 minions with the opposing element, up until the point the giant was about 30% health, and then the next phase of the fight starts. In this phase, we focus the other giant until it's dead before finishing the other one off. And this all while killing the elementals once again, and when they charge up their special attack, then we need to hide on the glowing tile. All in all, fairly easy, and our first KC down for the first chunk unlock. The first unique was quick to get at the 3rd KC already. Sadly, it was only the desiccated pages, which are quite useless for us as we didn't get the Tome of Water from Temperos, and we don't have access to Wintertot or Huey for the other 2. At 45 KC, we finally got the Giant Soul Amulet, which is about 3 times rate for it. So I was really happy to see it, as walking there every time from the Remington house portal was fairly slow. Shortly after, we reached 50 KC for the 2nd chunk task completion, going at a very nice speed as this was less than 2 hours after the first one. We were using melee a lot in the fight, and we got an attack level with level 92 now, together with 115 combat, and that kill was actually our 100, so that was the 3rd chunk task completed. 1 more to go. Around this time, we feared that the drop rates for the uniques were also connected to the amount of contribution you had during the fight, as I wasn't seeing any uniques drop for me. That, combined with the fact that I only saw about like 1/4 of the loot, and when tracked, the damage I'm doing versus a near maxed build was about 20 to 30%. So this could take a while if we want to get those prayers. But we did get another couple of Giant Soul Amulets on KC 145, 154, 164, and 170. It is a good day today for our chunk account. The combat achievements for the Royal Titans are now live, so if we log in, we might get some pop-ups. No, not pop-ups just yet, but we are 96 combat tasks completed. I think if we open this, we should get a couple. Yes, we've completed 3 tasks, getting us up to 99. If we get 1 more, that means we would get another chunk that way as well. And the amount of tasks for the Royal Titans is 11. So if we complete 6 more, so go to 9 out of 11, that would be kind of amazing, as that would unlock us 2 more chunks on top of the 4 we will get for killing them 250 times. Like you can see here, the kill count is 172, so we need like 78 kills more before we can conclude here. And the tasks we have completed are, yeah, of course, the KC task, so 10 and 25 KC, and then the speedrunner task with 130. But if I would have done this like solo or with someone with my level, I would never have gotten this time. But as I've done this with like maxed irons, yeah, this was pretty much extremely easy, as I think our PB is now an 1109, just because the site just melts the titans. For the rest, I think we're going to tackle them one by one, and I think the most difficult ones are the one without losing any prayer points, which I'm kind of not wanting to do because it's either munching down a ton of food or prayer flicking, and none of the 2 options really seem like nice. And the other one that's probably the most difficult because we have limited resources is to kill the Royal Titans 15 times without leaving the area. So I think those 2 will be the ones we won't do, but I'm hoping we can get all of the other 6 done so we can get actually another chunk that way. But only one way to find out, and that's actually to try it. First up, we didn't kill any of the elementals, melted all icicles and extinguished all fires for the elemental company, and I need room completed to get up to 101 combat achievements completed in total, which means that our first chunk from the combat achievements. Then we killed 1 giant before damaging and killing the other one for 1 by 1. After that, we didn't get any damage from avoidable sources for the perfect Royal Titan. And then, a bit easier than expected, we brought a bunch of food and we got the no time to pray one as well. A bit of shuffling around for these, but we managed to kill both of the giants at the same time while they were charging their special attack for the Let Them Fight. And it takes 2 long combat achievements, which was to kill 10 of the elementals without actually killing them, using the mechanics of the bosses to kill them instead. That also means that we have unlocked another chunk from the combat achievements, as we are now at 106 tasks completed in total. And when going for the cherry on top, we got another Giant Soul Amulet, and a few kills later we managed the 15 kill trip without leaving the instance for the last combat achievement, meaning that we have greenlogged them for the Royal Titans. Another Giant Soul Amulet at kill 221, and we were almost done with the KC tasks when this happened. Moment of truth. Oh, yes! Deadeye Prayer Scroll! Just before the end. And then, of course, we finished another kill for the last task to kill them 250 times for another chunk unlock. And well, we got a bit lucky on the Deadeye Prayer Scroll, which is quite the upgrade, I think, for the Rage Prayer. Just at 249 KC, we were just talking about that the Serkan would get the pet at 249 and would then leave me to do the 1 KC all by myself, but we got the prayer instead, which I'm really happy with. Let's read it, of course, because let's see the animation. We want to absorb the power, learn Dead Eye. Oh, there we go. You study the prayer scroll, it disappears, and we have a new prayer. And that pretty much fucked up the order, which I'm probably gonna enable. Like, I'm probably just gonna do this, just to make sure that it's still in the same place. And I might actually swap it with Rigger, because I'm more used to using Rigger on the main account, so that might also be a good thing. But one of the prayers unlocked, really happy with that. We're probably going to go back, just like we do for the Barrows KC, because this prayer thing is just way too important. I was actually calculating if we do like 20 to 25% of damage every KC, that would amount to like getting the prayer scroll in like 300 to 375 KC. So I'm really happy to see Deadeye. It's gonna help a lot already. And with that, actually, we will also do more damage with the range phase in this fight. So Mystic Might will just be a little easier to get. But that will be for later, as I pretty much really want to roll all of the chunks. 6 in total because of the 250 KC. And also, maybe let's just... Well, I'll do the dunce first. I was just about to show you the loot because, well, the Book of Knowledge is also important in this because for Herblore, this boss is actually really good. We got like an immense amount of seeds from this boss, which is just amazing, as some seeds are really difficult to get by. Definitely like 3 seeds and fruit 3 seeds. We don't really get these except for PVM, and these bosses just give them out like sweet candy. So really happy with the amount of seeds we've gotten. It's gonna help us a lot because we also kind of used a lot of prayer potions for this. But okay, 250 KC done for the Royal Titans. Let's go complete 6 tasks on our dashboard and then let's pick 6 new chunks. When they announced the Titan bosses, I was kind of hoping we would get 2 bosses on the table for the high scores, so we would get like 8 chunks because of this, but already getting 4 plus the combat achievements is already really good. So let's first of all do the Royal Titans 1KC completed for our 58 boss task. And you can already see I also added 2 more chunks for the combat achievement with the new combat achievements added to the Royal Titan. So that's 2 more tasks there as well. And then we go for another one. Royal Titans 50 KC is also completed. And then we go for our third Royal Titans 100 KC complete. 60 boss tasks completed. And then the very last one, but definitely not the last KC we will have done on this account. 250 KC completed for the 61st boss task and the 354th chunk. And then the combat achievements, of course. We have achieved 100 combat tasks completed for our 20th combat achievement task. And then of course we also got the 105 combat tasks completed for 21 combat achievement tasks completed and 356 chunks. So 6 tasks completed in total, 6 chunks added to our total. Really nice to see that, but now the big question is, are we going to get something good out of it? And then the big moment we have been waiting for. The last chunk we unlocked was the Castle Wars area, so the playing area, and it was very solitary, so that's one less chunk we can roll. There's 66 possible chunks we can roll, and we are going to roll 6 of them. There's a very decent chance of getting something really good. In general, like these 2 chunks here are so solitary but would be amazing, which is the Coal Truck chunk and the one below, the Fishing Guild. Both of them would be amazing to unlock. First one would unlock us Piety, so that would be amazing to get, and the other one would unlock us almost the entire thing of Tyranman. I probably think we can do all of the quests. So that would also be a very good one to unlock. There's some other solitary chunks on the other side of the map as well. Like if we could get Harmony Island, that would also be a quest. Things like La Relica are also amazing. Yeah, there's just so many possibilities. I'm hoping that we can get at least one of the good ones. That 6 chunks are enough to actually get something, as we have been quite unlucky for some time. So without further ado, let's pick our first chunk. Let's see if we can get lucky out of the bat or if we will have to wait a little longer. Let's pick a chunk. Oh. Filling in one other gap in the wilderness. This is where Artio is, but Artio is locked behind the medium wildy diary, and we need number 14 for that because we need to kill KBD, but we cannot get to the gate because that's in the other chunk. So I would say not the worst chunk, as it unlocks nothing around it that we can now unlock. But yeah, let's get that 14, the chunk just above the Chaos Altar. That would also be a very good one to unlock, but let's see. 5 more chances. Let's pick a chunk. Oh boy. Unlocking more of the Isle of Souls. Not the greatest. But the next chunk next to it is a water chunk, so that's something we can then re-roll, so that's not a problem. So 2 chunks that don't give us anything immediately, but it's 2 less chunks that we can roll, so that actually is pretty good. All things considering. 4 more choices. Let's see if we can get lucky now. Let's pick a chunk. Oh, another water chunk. But water chunks are not landmass chunks. So that's going to be a reroll. Let's try that again. Let's pick a chunk. Oh, okay. We're kind of clearing up areas of the map that we don't have many chunks left in. The top right corner of Damon's Crater is one of those. 1 more and we have pretty much unlocked the entire thing. So like with the first chunk we unlocked, not the greatest, but it was kind of solitary. It does not unlock more things for us, so I'm not that mad about it. We're halfway the chunks. I haven't got lucky just yet. 3 more chances. Come on. Let's pick a chunk. Oh, that's the agility training area. That's very close to the one we actually wanted, but it's the one above it. This is actually not that bad of a chunk, because also we had everything around it unlocked. Let me just clear up this water chunk here. And this is actually needed for the... Is that the medium diary or the hard diary for the wilderness? So yeah, not a bad chunk, but also like not something that gives us anything to do just about now. So okay, well, we're down to 62 chunks, so that's also pretty good, I guess. But that also means that we only have 2 chunks left to get something good. We're getting closer, but come on, can we actually get something? Let's pick a chunk. Oh, that's a full water chunk. Okay, that's a reroll again, but it does unlock the top part of Relica to be unlocked as well. Okay, but it's a reroll, so crisis averted for just a second. Let's reroll it. Let's pick a chunk. Oh, that's the Corsair Cove with the bank. That's not bad, but sadly still not great. Because if we want to do the Corsair Cove quest, we need the one next to it as well. So we are not doing great. Although we are getting really close. Like, there are so many chunks now that give us something to do. Surely we unlock it with our last pick. Come on! Give us something good for our last chunk. Let this all be worth it. Let's pick a chunk. Okay. That was a bit anticlimactic, but that's another water chunk at the top. Let's try to reroll that water chunk luck into a actual good landmass chunk. Let's pick a chunk. Ooh, that's so close. Oh, that's so close to the one that would have given us the Corsair Curse quest. Ooh. 3 more chunks left here in the Veldup Hills, well, together with Guttenaut, and actually Guttenaut and the one next to the Corsair Cove were the only 2 that were actually important. We had 6 chunks and we actually couldn't get a golden chunk. That's kind of annoying, but kind of the way the chunk picker works, I guess. I am kind of disappointed, but on the other hand, like, if you look at our map, pretty much anything we unlock now will give us something to do. It's just a shame that we did not get it in the 6 chunks we had unlocked. I was expecting so much things for this, but I guess it wasn't meant to be. But okay, 6 chunks unlocked. Hopefully next time we roll a chunk we are a little bit more lucky. And then one last thing, because the Titans are actually really good for clues. We did get quite a few of them, but like you can see here, we had to drop all of the elite. We got up to 4 steps, so it was kind of a long shot to do this with 3 clues, but yeah, I had to drop them all. I had to drop 2 more hard clues that we couldn't do anymore, but we did manage to get 2 caskets. We are currently 32 KC on the hard clues. We need 50 for another chunk, so that's not happening anytime soon. But we're looking for some goodies here, which is either a coif, some chaps, or a d'hide shield, which would all still be upgrades for our build. So let's see if we can actually get something from the chests. Oh, okay, that's got d'hide, but that's the boots. Actually, not that bad because they're ancient, so if we ever want to go to next, this is going to be useful, but let's see if we can get something else. Ooh, that's chaps, but not got d'hide chaps. Okay, 34 hard treasure trails done. Another pair of boots, so kind of happy. But that concludes everything from the Titans. And that also concludes the episode. A nice 7 chunks unlocked this episode, and surely next time we will get something big. But for now, have a great day, and see you all in the next one.